How are you, Zimbabwe? My name is Moses Tofa from the Agenda for Dialogue and Depolarization. I'm sharing with you the 15 fundamental values which I believe Zimbabwe must be built on. And it is vitally important for all Zimbabweans to converge on these values despite their political differences. Today, I am talking about fundamental value number 7, which says, and I quote, "We shall always converge on collective values and aspirations despite our political differences." Close quote. My fellow Zimbabweans and Africans, if we look at those who colonized us yesteryear, we must acknowledge that they have a non-breakable commitment to define and protect their collective interests. During the colonial period, the colonialists enacted racist political, social, economic, and legal instruments and institutions whose brutal goal was to legalize and legitimize racial dispossession and to protect white interests. During the transition from colonialism to independence, they vigorously negotiated constitutional provisions which allowed them to protect their ill-gotten privileges, especially land. They formed political parties whose sole goal was to protect their interests. They created economic and geographic enclaves to protect their interests. But as Black Zimbabweans and Africans, we are failing to define and delineate our collective interests and fight for them. We are toxically polarized such that we see each other as enemies. We do not know that our polarization is the biggest enabler of imperial interests in Africa. Many of us, especially political and business elites, are easily co-opted to work against our collective interests. At the end of the day, we fight for individualistic arrival at the expense of collective arrival. We arrive as individuals and we take our individual arrival as collective arrival. We lie that we have all arrived. We forget that true arrival is collective and not individualistic. If we as Zimbabweans are to build a peaceful and prosperous nation within the seemingly insurmountable political differences that are putting us apart from each other, we must define our collective aspirations and converge on them despite our political differences. We must build an unassailable force that moves us towards each other, and this is what I call the centripetal within the centrifugal, without which Zimbabwe is ill-fated. Thank you, Zimbabwe. Together we will build our beloved nation. Songa mbele.